Today, we're going to dig into this really powerful idea from the book 4,000 Weeks. And trust me, it might just change the way you think about, well, your time. It all boils down to one single number: 4,000. That's it. On average, that's how many weeks a person gets in their entire life. Just let that sit with you for a second. It's not some abstract idea, right? It's a real, finite number. It's your number. So you have this finite number, and it creates this really weird paradox, doesn't it? We all know our time is limited. We get it. But so often we live our lives like we've got an endless supply. Let's kind of unpack how that even happens. Okay, so first thing we do, we take this big, precious thing, our life, and we slice it up. We chop it into these little tiny pieces: hours, minutes, seconds. It makes time feel like something we can actually control, something we can organize in, I don't know, master, but can we really? And then, once we've got these little time slots, we feel this incredible pressure to fill every single one of them. I mean, think about it. Our calendars, jam-packed. Our to-do lists, they just never end. An empty spot on the calendar can almost feel like a failure, right? Like you're wasting potential. So we're just always doing something. And to cram even more stuff in, we get completely obsessed with efficiency. You know the drill: life hacks, productivity apps, anything and everything that promises to help us do things faster. We become these masters of optimization. But in this big race to be efficient, we often forget to stop and ask the most important question: why are we even doing all this stuff in the first place? And this is where the disconnect becomes so clear, because after a whole life spent optimizing and hacking and squeezing every last drop out of our time, the final wish, it's almost always the same. It's not for more tasks checked off a list, it's for more time for what actually mattered. So, that's the big question, isn't it? If we're all so incredibly busy, where are all these weeks actually going? Let's take a look at the numbers, specifically for the things I think we can all agree are the things that really matter in the end. Alright, let's start here. Out of our 4,000 weeks, how many do we spend actively focused on our health, both physical and mental? We're talking about exercise, meditation, doctor's visits, the stuff that keeps the whole system running. Well, on average, it's about 200 weeks. Okay, what about our people, our relationships, the time we spend being truly present with family and friends, the ones who really make up the fabric of our lives? That number comes out to roughly 300 weeks. And what about personal growth? I mean, time spent just learning something new, not for a job, but just for the pure joy of it, of expanding our own minds. That's about 150 weeks. So, let's add all that up. So, here's the kicker. When you add up those three things, the absolute foundational pillars of a good life, your health, your relationships, your learning, it all comes out to just over 15%. 15% of your entire life. And, yeah, this is the gut punch, right here. This visualizes that reality perfectly. You see that tiny little sliver? That's your 15%. That's the time for what truly matters. And that huge chunk, that's the 85% for everything else. Wow. Seeing it laid out like that really puts things in perspective, doesn't it? But look, this isn't supposed to be depressing. It's actually the opposite. This knowledge, it's like a superpower, seriously, because it gives you the clarity to start making different choices, to consciously start reclaiming your time and making that 15% slice a whole lot bigger. And this is the most hopeful part of this whole idea. That number isn't set in stone. Not at all. You have the power to make it bigger, starting like right now, today. All it takes is deciding to protect your time for the stuff that actually matters. And we're not talking about some massive, crazy life overhaul here. It starts with small but really powerful shifts, like making health part of your everyday routine. We're just carving out one extra evening a week for the people you love. And of course, never stop learning something new just because you want to. And that's the beautiful result of all this. It's actually a pretty simple equation when you think about it. The more you choose to spend your limited weeks on the things that give you meaning, the richer and more fulfilling your life becomes. It just does. So it all comes down to this one question, really, the only one that truly matters. When you think about the weeks you have left, how are you choosing to spend them?